Alright, so let's start with a question. When you guys hear the word self-control, what comes to mind?
Self-control? I don't know.
Not eating
Restricting
your
from
stomach to death.
Yeah.
Restricting from sweets?
I don't have any sweets.
Sure. Anybody else?
I do not have 8 pieces of candy.
No examples of self-control?
Not chugging his coffee.
Maybe financial self-control.
Yeah, impulse spending, like we were talking about earlier. That's a good one.
What was the question again?
You're a marketer at stores. You want people to have you.
What's the question again?
What are some examples of self-control?
Sell. I don't know.
You don't know?
Of course, you don't.
Well, you just talked about it a second ago with your spending.
But it works.
I will say,
You can.
the first instance ate like a lot of sweets.
Hold on, I just remembered that I did not get my timer going.
In September. And
There we go.
the entire
Oh, yes.
from the base.
Okay, so if we're honest, hey,
Is it though?
yes.
Yeah.
No.
No, the cards is fine, but the mouth is not. That one's
How am I
mine,
supposed
just
to
so
get
you
rid
know.
Do you have black magic to get rid of my mouth?
Hey, hey,
Use my mouth
I have
shut?
mom magic, but you're gonna hush your mouth or you're not gonna play video games for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, that's fair.
Yes, ma'am.
Shush.
So, to most people, self-control is boring. It's all about what we can't do, right?
Boring.
Like you were talking about, you thought of examples of not self-control. All right. It's saying no to the fun stuff, forcing yourself to do the not fun stuff. Like self-control is just a constant battle of deprivation. But here's the thing. Self-control gets that bad rap. People think it's all about restriction, but it's actually way more about the ability to say yes to the life that God is calling you to. It's not about punishment, it's about protection. It's not about just saying no to it's not just about saying no in order to be good. It's about saying no to some things so that you can say yes to something better. Here's how I like to define self-control. Self-control is the ability to control your impulses and emotions to stay focused on long-term goals, even when it's difficult or inconvenient, and the ability to make yourself take the right action, persist through challenges, and delay gratification to achieve desired outcomes. So basically, self-control means directing yourself, not just restricting yourself. Think of it like driving a car. Okay, how many of you drive? Or have driven even just down the driveway? Yay! Alright, so most of us. Well, I'm guessing even if you've never driven, you know what the pedals do, right?
The small one goes vroom vroom, the big one goes.
So there's the gas pedal, right? And there's the brake pedal. Yes. So the brake pedal keeps you safe from danger. It's restraint. You hit the brake when you're about to crash or when there's a crossing up ahead, when you need to stop. But the gas pedal, that's what gets you where you want to go. That is discipline. You need both parts in order to reach the destination safely, restraint and discipline. So self-control isn't just about stopping the bad things. It's also about starting and maintaining good things. It's both the brake and the gas. In Proverbs 25:28, it says, like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Bless you. Bless you. Now back in Bible times, a city's walls were its entire defense system. Without the walls, enemies could walk right in and destroy everything. Walls kept the bad stuff out. Invaders, wild animals, thieves. But walls also kept the good stuff in and protected. All the people, the resources, the culture, everything that made the city what it was. Self-control is like those walls. It protects what matters most inside you, your peace, your purpose, and your potential. And it keeps out what would harm you and keeping in what helps you. And here's what makes this so encouraging. Self-control isn't something you have to force or fake. It's one of the fruits of the Spirit. It grows in you as you walk more with God. Okay? Just like any of the fruits of the Spirit, you grow them by being in his presence, by meditating on his word, by just getting close to him. That means every time you practice self-control, you're not just white-knuckling your way through life. You are partnering with the Holy Spirit who's already inside you, helping you become who God created you to be. All right, so first, to make sure you guys have that down, I want you to think of some quick examples from each side now that we've gone over what self-control is. First, what is an example of restraint? So saying no when it's hard.
Like when you're not able to eat certain food,
Absolutely.
and if you can't have that food.
Or you know you just shouldn't.
Or if you do something.
Yes. Any other examples of restraint?
Instead of doing your homework, you want to go out with friends.
Yes. So you restrain from the fun. Yes. All right. Other examples include not checking your phone while you're doing homework, not arguing back, not procrastinating, not snapping at an annoying sibling, not eating the whole bag of chips. That's one I think everybody has had a problem with.
At least once.
I snap at my
Just eat
siblings all the
one.
time.
I tell my kids all the time, they can't eat out of the bag. And that's a rule in my house. You cannot eat out of the bag. You get yourself a handful, put it on a plate. That is your handful of chips. Do not eat out of the bag or you will eat the whole bag. And Daddy doesn't listen to this rule, and he eats the whole bag.
What? It's a really big, it's a really big meatballs.
Well, the issue is
Yes,
my-
popcorn.
Yes, popcorn too.
I make like
My
8
dad
bags
just-
of popcorn.
My dad just started
Doritos.
not too long ago putting chips in a bowl so we don't eat all of it.
That's good. That's a great rule to have.
What if you put like a mouse trap just so far in the
Oh my
bag?
gosh.
Then you're like,
Oh, no, that's just evil.
that's just mean.
No, after they reach so far in, that way, like,
It snaps.
they only take enough.
That's
so they don't-
definitely negative reinforcement for sure.
Mouse trap for every certain message.
I don't go by Pavlov, so.
It's considered
Oh.
They're just like, this is happy a little.
All right, so now let's give a couple examples of discipline. So it's the saying yes when it's hard. So much like your example, doing the homework instead of going out with friends. What else?
Exercising.
Absolutely, that's a big one. What
Getting
is-
enough sleep.
Absolutely, that's a
What is
really
the
good
question?
What is an example of self-control when it comes to discipline? So making yourself do the hard thing. Saying yes when it's hard.
Showing up when you don't feel like showing up.
Absolutely. Just
Um,
showing up.
I'll be honest, I don't even know.
Getting up this morning after only 3 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, I didn't
That
know this
was
morning after
definitely discipline.
barely 7 hours. There you
Yep. Yeah, so finishing up the homework when you're tired. Praying daily even when you're busy. Keeping a promise even when it's inconvenient. Or practicing a skill you want to learn even if it's boring. Or cleaning our bedrooms.
Not
Even
me.
when it's
Not me.
boring.
Not me.
That's an example of self-control, though, discipline. All right. So if self-control is so important, and if it's a fruit of the Spirit that God wants to grow in us, why is it so hard sometimes?
Because why do I?
Right. Why do we struggle with it? We're going to talk about willpower. Okay?
I saw you had, not me guys.
Willpower! All right, that's the mental energy that helps you make those right choices, even when it's tough. I want you to picture it like a pitcher of water. We have our visual aid here. All right, so you start the day, and your pitcher's probably somewhere around full. Maybe it's only 3/4 if you didn't get enough sleep. All right, and every decision you make throughout the day pours a little bit of water out of that pitcher. I gotta get up even though I only got 3 hours of sleep. I gotta pack breakfast. I gotta make the coffee. What am I gonna wear? Which shoes am I gonna put on? Do I need a jacket? Are the kids ready? These are my examples. What are some of y'all's? Some more.
I needed coffee.
That's so weird.
I
Making
needed
sure I've never
breakfast.
drank coffee in my life is absolutely disgusting and burns
I need to type out the dinner homework, so
Homework, absolutely. Well, what am I going to eat for lunch?
I'll just find something.
What do I eat for lunch?
But you got to decide. You
Well,
got to decide on something.
I'll eat
Every
my baked
decision-
potato
I'm
and
like,
a leftover from
what do I
yesterday.
eat? Sandwiches I don't really want, but I could make, but I don't really want to make.
See, that's
Or do I eat a different kind of sandwich and then I'm just not gonna eat it all.
One thing that's really hard for me, procrastination.
What's that mean?
Because even putting off a decision,
Oh.
you have to decide to not do something. So if you look at your list and go, I really still need to do my homework. I'm gonna do it later. You just wasted willpower deciding not to do your homework.
Optimism.
What about how to respond to that annoying sibling we mentioned earlier?
Smack them in the head.
What
Yeah,
about chores?
I don't think anyone wants to do that.
I don't want to do chores.
What about devotional time?
I love virtual time.
Room goes quiet.
Room is quiet.
On and on and on. By late afternoon, we are running on empty. No wonder we snap at Mom at dinner time when she asks if we ever took care of that chore she asked us to do.
Uh-oh.
And that's not a call out. That's a mom.
That is a call out.
When do I ever ask you if you did your chore at bedtime or at evening
But it's
time?
like that, didn't
By the end of the day, you've depleted about everything you've got. All your willpower is gone. That's why you can easily resist the cookie at 10 a.m., but maybe not so easily at 10 p.m.
At midnight.
You might cave. Same person, same goal, different willpower level. This isn't weakness, though. This is biology. A psychologist named Roy Baumeister studied this and called it ego depletion. You know this.
Unfortunately.
I like that. Awesome. So ego just means self, okay? So it's not ego like, oh, I'm so good. The reason we use that term is because it's self-centered. So egotistical is somebody who is self-centered.
Self-center, okay.
Ego means self. And what are we talking about? Self-control. So ego depletion. He found that every time we use willpower, whether to resist temptation or to do the hard thing we need to do, to make tough choices, deal with stress, or even just deciding to put a decision off till later, it drains our mental energy. And by the end of the day, our brains are running low on fuel. He gave some wild real-life examples that he found from his research. Like judges were way more likely to grant parole at trials that happened early in the morning, but far less likely by the afternoon. It's not because the people that they're seeing changed, or because they somehow got meaner. It's because the judges were mentally drained from making decisions all morning long. Dieters were also more likely to cave and eat junk food after making stressful decisions at work. People were more likely to snap at loved ones in the evening than they are in the morning. Same people, different willpower levels. So if you've ever thought, why can't I just stay strong all day? I did so well with my plan this morning. Why am I so good in the morning but terrible at night? That's why. It's not that you're weak. It's not that you're losing it. Your pitcher's just running dry.
The dark circles in the-
However, here's the amazing part. Kevin, here's the amazing part. God knew that about us. He designed us. He didn't make you broken. He made you growing. And he gave us tools to refill our pitcher. Getting enough sleep at night. Prayer and devotional time. That one's big for me. Getting the right kind of fuel for your body.
It's difficult, especially around this time of year. With all the sweets and
And
desserts. Thanksgiving.
learning and understanding your limits.
What does that word mean?
Limits.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that.
So that's why we're going to talk about not just trying harder. That's not what today is about. That's not what willpower is about. You don't just try harder to have more willpower.
I do.
But instead, we're going to talk about being smarter with our days. Designing your life so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. In a couple of weeks, we're going to get very far into designing our life. And we're going to start learning to use a planner.
What's a
Because it is-
planner?
A planner is basically, it's a journal, but specifically guided to help you plan out your days, weeks, and months.
Holy
Oh no. You okay?
I'm gonna die.
I've been trying to get him to do a planner for the past 3 years.
die.
Now he has to.
You can't make it.
I have a planner, it's so out of date right now.
And that's okay. A lot of my planners are like a quarter used. Because I'll go through and need to get my life together and I'll use it for 3 months and then
Is that gonna be our homework?
it will over winter break.
Imagine beers.
No. It's winter break.
Oh,
Winter break.
no. But I promise you'll see the reason behind it. You'll see the reason behind it.
I've learned winter break is not a break. That's when they give you the most amount of homework they can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just, it'll be just planning. It'll just be planning, I promise. It'll be fun. And you'll
What are you
notice,
drawing?
if you actually do it, you'll notice that if you actually follow your planner, you'll get a lot more done that you wanted to get done. You get to design your day. That's the great thing about the planner. All right, but first, there's something else that drains your self-control, even faster than decision fatigue sometimes. And that's our own emotions.
Uh-oh.
Remember the 3 brain states that we talked about last week?
Like a something
Executive,
executive,
emotional,
emotional,
and survival.
survival.
Self-control lives in your executive brain. That's where logic and planning happen. But when your emotions take over, that part kind of goes offline. When we're upset, stressed, or exhausted, like we talked about last week, we stop thinking clearly and we start reacting instead. That's usually when we say or do things that we later on regret. I'm going to clean up my mess here. I spilled a little bit of water. I don't want that soaking in. So I want you guys to notice something important. Most of the times that we lose control, it's not because we don't know what's right. We probably know that we shouldn't slam our door or yell at our sibling. It's because we're not in the right state to choose it. When we're run down, frustrated, hungry, tired, hurt, anything, our emotions take the driver's seat and our logic takes the back seat. You can think of it like this. Your emotions are a storm, but self-control can be your anchor. You don't need to stop the storm from coming, but you can steady yourself through it so that you don't get swept away in it. So what can we do when emotions start to take over? We can practice one small skill that can change everything. It's called the STOP method. You guys remember what acronyms are, right?
Oh, that's not those.
Look how excited you sound.
Because I'm not. I hate acronyms.
Well, acronyms are fun.
Well, at least this is an easy one. The S actually stands for stop. All right? You're going to stop physically. Write what you're doing. Don't send the text. Don't snap back. Don't slam the door. Don't throw the phone. Just pause. Give yourself a moment to process before reacting. T stands for
Take.
take
Away. Away.
Tacos.
Take a break.
breath.
Oh. I was close.
One slow, deep breath. Remember from last week how breathing can reset your nervous system. It dials back your amygdala, your alarm system in your brain.
Mom is a wasp.
It's okay, it's not hurting anybody.
Where I don't like wasps.
Leave him be.
Oh my god, he's stung by way too many.
And it tells your body that we're not in danger, we can think clearly. Because we're slowing down, we're stopping to take a breath. Oh! I need you to be quiet, please. It's
You're
up
the one who's
above
literally
the light.
allergic.
It's up above the light, exactly, which is why I don't know why you're the one
Why are
freaking out.
you less panicked than me?
Because.
She's chilling.
That's
That's
crazy.
where we're
Because
trying
she has more self-control.
That's right.
we're trying to learn to take
That's observe.
Observe. So you're gonna stop. You're going to take a breath, and then you're going to ask yourself what's actually happening right now. What am I feeling? You need to name it. Remember that naming gives you power over it. If you can identify it with words, you then have power over it. So, am I hungry, hurt, offended, overwhelmed, tired, angry? When you name the emotion, it loses that power over you. And then the last step,
Process.
proceed.
Oh, I was close.
So now, with all this information that you've gotten, you decide with your logical part of your executive brain, what is my next move? You're going to decide this with intention, not emotion. You're not ignoring your feelings. That's not healthy. That's not what I'm telling you to do. However, you're just giving your brain a few seconds to catch up, so your choices come from a place of wisdom, not of impulse. So let's say you're snapping at your sibling for no good reason. It's just been like for the past hour, they are just annoying you so much. Stop. Take a breath. Observe. Oof. I haven't eaten all day. I'm probably hangry. Proceed differently. Go grab a snack and then come back and apologize if you need to, because that's important. That repair between siblings is important.
Are you giving me permission to eat whenever she's mad?
No, it would be her that's eating.
No,
If she's angry. Just in case anybody didn't notice, apparently he's the annoying sibling
I'm
that I keep
hungry,
talking
okay?
about.
No, really. He's the annoying one.
You're welcome to eat a snack if you want. Well, the younger one's pretty annoying too.
I don't have anything. All I brought was candy.
I thought you said you didn't have kids.
Or say someone posts or comments on something on social media that just gets you infuriated and you know better, so you're about to just fire off a comment right back. And you're probably going to regret it later on.
This is why I don't have social media.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
This is why I try not to actually participate.
The one time the
will say, then just forget about it.
conditioning actually works, I'm wearing something.
The heater, you mean? You lost your bag.
I know I did.
Okay. So we're going to stop. We're going to breathe. We're going to observe. I am hurt and offended, and I want to hurt back, but that's not going to help anything. So I'm going to proceed carefully. I'm going to talk to a friend first, or maybe I'll just close the app altogether. It's not worth commenting. You can't always control what's happening around you or to you. What's up?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes.
Stop
you
stealing
can-
my stuff.
But you can control. Do I need to separate you two?
Yes, please. I'm trying to just
Freaking out over nothing over here.
because we're trying to steal my workout plan.
I picked it up. It's not that big a deal, Kevin.
Well, I remember you scribbled on one of my debate papers and it made it really hard to read. So.
All right, now shh.
You know, have a little piece of paper we want.
You can't always control what happens around or to you, but you can control how you respond. Even a 10-second pause to do this process can pull you back into your executive brain where self-control lives. That little pause is where your power is. That's where you get to choose who you're going to be in that moment. Remember, every time you make a decision, you're not just choosing what to do, you're also choosing who you are in that moment. Am I the kind of person who snaps back? Or am I the kind of person who stops and keeps control over myself? A lot of people, in the very beginning of class, I had you guys rate yourselves in the fruit of the Spirit, each one of the fruits. And a lot of you rated self-control as one of your absolute weakest fruits.
You did?
That is very, very common. Pretty much anyone who looks at the fruits of the Spirit go, ooh, that last one, that's the one I struggle with the most. It is. It's a hard one. But there is hope. With God, you can grow. All right. So if willpower is limited, and it is, then relying on it alone is a losing game. So what do the smartest, most disciplined, most successful people do? They don't depend on self-control in the moment. They design for it ahead of time. Think about Steve Jobs. Does everyone know who he is?
No.
That's where my medal is.
I know the Mac is a pretty old original concept, but there are new Macs being made every day, right? The computers.
Who's Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs is the co-founder of Apple. and the creator of the iPod, the iPad, the iPhone, and the Macintosh computer, now known as Macs. So one thing that he was well known for is that he wore the same style every single day. He wore a black turtleneck and blue jeans
Dang.
every single day.
I wear t-shirts and sweatpants every single day.
This wasn't about fashion. It was about reducing his decision fatigue because he learned what y'all are learning today. He didn't want to waste energy on little choices like what should I wear today. So he could focus all his mental energy on big decisions like how to change the world with technology. And you and I can do the same thing. We can design our environment to make good choices easier and bad choices harder. We're not relying on willpower in the moment. We're setting ourselves up for success ahead of time. I have a paper for everyone.
Okie dokie.
So we're going to do this
Your standard is
assignment.
like,
This assignment is to be done in class
Right now?
right now. Take one and pass it around.
I just got the rest of my papers organized.
That's okay, you're going to actually work on that one.
This is not it.
So the first strategy,
I'm sorry.
okay, there we go. Un momento, por favor. Here, we're going to go ahead and pass out the overview of the lesson plan too, because I'm going to go over your 3 tools.
1 moment, please.
Here you go. Here's extra.
Thank you. My printer was on the fritz yesterday. It did not want
What's
to
the
block.
date?
Is 10.
Yes, November 10th.
See, you should have provided us with a folder, because now I got all my
Thank
stuff.
you.
And it's just,
Well, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do this, so, you know. I'm learning along with you guys. Remember, I told you that in the first lesson.
Did we go ahead and start?
Hold on just a minute. I'm going to go over the tools
Okay.
on this lesson. Here.
One less than 10?
Yep, this is lesson 10.
I didn't know that.
What's 10 or 10?
So we have environment design tools. Tool number 1, if you look down, I think it's on the back side. No, tool number 1 starts at the very bottom of the front side of your paper.
Remove temptation and add friction.
Yes. So the first strategy is very simple. You make the wrong choice harder to do. The goal is to put distance between you and the temptation, either by removing it completely or by adding extra steps that buy time for your logical brain to catch up. Let's say you're trying to eat healthier. Ideally, you don't keep junk food in the house at all. But if that's not really an option, or you don't have the say of what food comes into the house, then you add friction. Put it on a higher shelf so that it's out of sight. Hide it in the back of the pantry so that you forget it's there. Make it harder to grab. Out of sight, out of mind really works. If you're trying to focus on homework and your phone is a distraction, delete the time-wasting apps entirely. But if that feels too extreme, you could just log out so that you have to type the password every time you log in. Or do what I like to do and set those app timers on your phone. So after 15 minutes, it locks you out and makes you really think about whether you want to override it. Are you trying to sleep better? Don't keep your phone in your room at all. Charge it in another room. If you need it for your alarm, at least put it across the room so that you have to get up to check it. This makes midnight scrolling a lot less likely to happen.
Nobody wants to get out of bed.
Exactly. Even something as simple as putting a rubber band around your phone works as a friction reminder. No, it's not really in your way, but it makes you think. Every time you pick it up, you feel it and go, oh, that's right. Do I really need to check this right now? The key is the more steps between you and the temptation, the more time your executive brain has to catch up and make real choices instead of just reacting on impulse. Start with complete removal if you can, but if that's too much, just add a step or two to make a little friction. Even a small friction can make a big difference. Tool number 2 is reduce friction. You're going to make the right things easier to do. Kevin, listen.
yeah, I am.
Lay out your workout clothes the night before so that when your alarm goes off, you don't have to think. You just get dressed and go run. Pre-pack healthy snacks in your bag so that when you're hungry, that healthy option is the easiest option. Keep your Bible on your nightstand, not buried in a drawer or in another room. Keep your journal and a pen visible where you'll see them every day. Set up automatic savings transfers so that you don't have to remember to save, it just happens. The less friction between you and the good habit, the more likely you are to actually form it long term. And tool number 3 is my favorite. It's called pre-commit. It's also known as a Ulysses contract. So this one is named after a story from Greek mythology. Okay, it was a fun story to teach this lesson. Ulysses knew he was going to sail past the sirens, the mythical creatures whose singing is so beautiful that sailors would crash their ships trying to get to them. So what did Ulysses do? He had his crew tie him to the mast of his ship before they got close. He made the decision while he was still thinking clearly, not when he was in the middle of temptation. So that's what's called a Ulysses contract. It's where you decide and commit when your willpower is high, before temptation shows up. This is why a lot of people find that they'll have better success with their to-do list or their planner if they have a moment in the morning where they can sit down quietly and commit. So you can tell a friend about your goal and ask them to check in on you. You can give your phone to a parent during study time. You can use your screen time settings on your phone to limit apps. Or you can create an if-then plan. If I get distracted during homework, I will do 10 jumping jacks and refocus. You're training your brain to respond automatically in a healthy way. An if-then plan is simply where you think ahead of time about how you'll handle a situation that could throw you off. Instead of waiting until you're distracted or tempted and trying to figure it out in the moment, you pre-decide your next move in the event of an expected disruption. It's like setting up an automatic response for your brain. If this happens, then I'll do that. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. So try this over and over again before you judge it. Because your brain starts to follow those paths that you already mapped out. Proverbs 4:23 tells us to guard our heart, for everything we do flows from it. And environment design is one of those ways that we can guard our heart. You're protecting your future self from your weaker moments. Remember this picture?
Yes.
Well, when we were pouring earlier, we had no environmental design programmed in. With environmental design, it's more like this. When we go to pour, it takes a little less willpower to get up in the morning. It takes a little less willpower to go for our run. It takes a little less willpower to sit down and do our devotional time. It takes a little less willpower to eat the healthy food. We don't run out nearly as fast when we design our environment for success. All right, so if you haven't already, let's go ahead and take a few minutes to design your own self-control success plan. We're going to build your homework right now. So your personal environment design worksheet should be in front of you and ready to fill out.
Miss Casey,
Yes?
I already started. I'm stuck.
That's good.
I'm stuck on one
Okay,
question.
let me read through it and
Okay.
hopefully I will answer your question. So number 1 is, where do I struggle most with self-control? Is it your screen time, your eating habits, your sleep schedule, procrastinating, saying things you regret, spending money? Be as specific as you can and pick one. You can pick 2 or 3 if you want. Just know that you'll need to write down the other answers to those 2. So the second answer, you circle.
Thank you.
Is this struggle more about restraint or discipline? Am I struggling to say no to something that I should say no to? Restraint. Or am I struggling to say yes and do something consistently? So discipline. Number 3 is, what usually hijacks me? So like, why do I struggle with this? Am I hungry? Am I tired? When this happens, am I stressed? Am I bored? Am I emotional? Am I overwhelmed? Am I running low on willpower because it's the end of the day? When does my self-control usually fail me in this way? Is that the one you had a question on?
No, I had trouble in this one.
Okay, so this is the environmental design changes that we were talking about to make the willpower last longer. So what 1 to 2 environmental changes can I make this week? What can I remove that can get that temptation out of here? What can I add friction to? What can I reduce friction to if it's a discipline issue? And what can I pre-commit to? So like, what is your thing? Your eating habits and screen time. Awesome. All right. So restraint. Absolutely. If you're stressed or tired, bored or emotional. Good. Okay. You've identified the triggers. So now what are 1 to 2 things? So put one thing you can change to make easier about your eating habits. Like, do you have a eating plan? Do you
Not yet. We're working on that. Me
Okay,
and my dad.
awesome. All right. So your eating plan will be one of those environmental changes that you can do. And then your screen time. I'm sure there's screen limits you can set. So
I don't know
that
how to do that.
I bet your mom and dad can help you.
Mom's great at that. Mom's great at settings.
So if it's a phone or a tablet, there's thanks. There's the parental control app where you go in there and you can set your own restrictions. Some phones call it the digital well-being app.
Oh.
So it is specifically for you to be able to restrict yourself easily.
We're gonna do it down here.
So your number 5 is my if-then plan. So you're gonna say, if one of these happens, so if I start to want to eat unhealthy food, okay, so say if you're about to walk in the kitchen and eat a cookie, I will grab a banana instead.
Yeah.
There you go. That would be an if-then plan. If you're craving cookies, go grab a banana or an apple, because apples have that crunch. They can tend to,
They also have fiber, so they make you full.
yes, they help you feel full. All right. And we have plenty of time to complete this. So I want you guys to work on it, work through it in class. Complete it or get it as close to completion as you can in the next 5 minutes or so.
Is 15 minutes really?
Plenty of time, yes, because the
You'll be
class is
surprised.
basically over other days.
It's gonna take me 15 minutes just to write.
You'll be surprised what you can do in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If you focus.
It'll probably take me like 5
What
minutes.
can I do for the phone one?
Writing, not
So the phone one would definitely be looking into a digital well-being app. If you don't already have one on your phone, you can always download one. There are
Yeah,
some
but
apps
I'm
that'll
talking
make you
about
do a
what
math
if
problem.
then plan.
If
Yeah.
you feel like getting
So,
on
like-
your phone, you could do like art or something.
Ooh,
instead.
that's a good one.
I don't like art.
Okay.
Or
What do you like to
what
do
do you
that's
like
not
to do?
phone? What is an activity you like to do when you're bored that is not scrolling on your phone?
Crosswords.
There you go. Okay. So if I notice I'm scrolling, I will do crosswords. And then, you know, you can allow yourself to get back to scrolling. It's not that social media is inherently bad. It's not that a time waster is necessarily a bad thing. I use it probably 30 to 60 minutes a day. Probably more than I ought to, but I do it in different times as like little rewards to myself when I get to different check marks on my to-do list.
Do I do anything down here?
So
Is it now?
So look at that. This is your Ulysses contract. You have 2.
Yeah.
Commit it to yourself, for you, that you're going to follow through with these plans, okay?
Okay.
That's your homework this week. That's your
Okay.
main homework.
Do we
little
have to
side
write
options.
anything in our notebooks for it?
I just want you to note on this paper if you do commit to this, if you follow through with this. So if
Okay.
you notice that one day you wanted some chips and you went and ate an orange instead, I want you to write, ate an orange instead of chips.
Okay.
And then I want you guys to turn this in next Monday so I can see what you guys followed through with.
Dad, when you go to the store, we're gonna need more oranges then.
Yes, get her some oranges. Keep her out of the chips.
Why are we telling you this now?
I don't know. So I don't
Tell them
forget.
at the store. Parents forget too. It shouldn't be up to us to remember everything.
That's what.
There you go.
That's what
Yeah,
it
we have a grocery list on the whiteboard at home.
That's good. I went ahead and just put a shortcut to Walmart.com on our family computer in the kitchen. I told everybody, click right here if you have something you need to add to the grocery list. Just do it myself. I don't want to. Oh, there's healthy foods. You can eat healthy if you cook.
You could.
See, I cook.
Is chicken
I
nuggets
eat
healthy?
grilled chicken.
Is chicken nuggets healthy?
Well, chicken nuggets not so much unless you
But
make
it's
them yourself.
protein.
It
Yes.
depends on who's
Depends on the
making
chicken
it.
nuggets.
And how
Like if it's McDonald's,
So-
No, I'm
No.
talking about the chicken nuggets from the store.
I mean, it's made with chicken, but
it's not chicken.
it's not a whole lot of chicken.
You're welcome.
So a great thing to do is to actually look up how to make chicken nuggets yourself, and they're really easy.
I
So
enjoy making chicken
basically, you
nuggets.
get some ground chicken, okay, from the store, and it's no more expensive than chicken breast. It's actually cheaper. Get some ground chicken. You put in whatever seasonings you like. I usually just do garlic and onion powder.
What's onion powder?
That's just powdered onion, dehydrated onion. And then you shake them into your little nugget shapes. Some people even buy the little cutouts for the
Yeah.
dino nuggets.
Oh yeah.
And then you lightly coat them in your breading, whatever breading you want, whatever breadcrumbs you want to
Oh.
choose. Sometimes I don't do breadcrumbs at all. I'll just do breadless chicken nuggets. And then you air fry 'em, or you bake them in the oven,
Or you grill
or
it.
you grill them.
You
Yeah,
grill
put 'em
nuggets.
on a seasoned searing pan.
That's
I remember what we used to do. No, it's probably not healthy, but we
You and me
made
can do that
we
later
make our own
at home.
version of complex big cheese fries we used to have.
You're gonna lead me into a story.
Well, it's been 4 minutes out of 5 that I told you.
How
Well,
many
the thing
minutes
is, people are yapping too much.
10 minutes till we.
I can do this in my free time after workout. You guys like 30, you don't really have to work out.
That works too.
Chicken
That's fine.
breast that I like grilled chicken and wash
I'm done.
flour and heat with Italian seasoning.
So I
Fry
want
it
you guys-
in, like beef tallow.
I want you guys to remember that self-control isn't about being the strongest person in the room. That's God's job, always. It's about being the most surrendered. It's fruit, not force. It grows in you more the more you walk with God. Our anchor verse today is a long one, but it's deeply powerful. Titus 2:11 and 12. For the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives. God's grace doesn't just forgive us when we mess up. It also teaches us. It trains us. God's grace is actively working in you to help you grow your self-control. So you're not trying to earn God's love by having perfect self-control. He already loves you completely. But you're learning to walk in His wisdom, and His grace will keep teaching you how. Your walls protect what God placed inside you, your peace, your purpose, and your potential. Remember that. Every time you practice that self-control, you're building those walls stronger. On today's lesson handout, you'll see the prayer that I designed when I was creating this lesson. I decided to add it on here, along with the affirmation I want you guys to state for yourself. You can pray it or you cannot, but know that that's the prayer I'm praying for you guys. Lord, help me pause before reacting and live with purpose, not pressure. Strengthen the fruit of self-control in me through your Spirit. I prayed that to myself this morning at 3 a.m. because I figured I probably needed it too to wake up in 3 hours.
How do you spell the number 2? It's T-O-W, right?
TWO.
T-W-O.
And I do strongly suggest you guys trying out that affirmation at the bottom of the page. I'm learning to say no to what distracts me and yes to what directs me. It's a good one that I actually designed a couple of years back when I first started learning about how important self-discipline and self-control is. Self-control isn't about perfection, it's about direction. You're not restricting yourself, you're protecting what matters. Remember that when you feel like you're just telling yourself no to the bag of chips. Like, yes, I know you're telling yourself no, but it's because you're protecting what matters. You're taking care of this body that God gifted you with. All right? So for the homework, I want you guys to follow through with your Ulysses contract. Follow through for you, because you matter. You're worth it. Okay? And then I want you to also be on the lookout. It's not something specific you have to do or write in your journal. Just be on the lookout for anything in your environment this week that you notice, are there temptations I could remove or make more difficult? Is there any friction that I could reduce to make good habits easier? Keep it simple, but do it intentionally. Your choices are building your walls, protecting your purpose. And if you catch yourself losing self-control this week, practice the stop method. Okay? Stop, take a breath, observe what's really going on, and proceed with intention. Okay? That pause is where your power lives. And even if you don't do it perfectly, just practice pausing. It will get better. All right? I also want to say, I have a few more minutes left, that I'm really proud of you guys. we've officially made it through all of the fruits of the Spirit. All 9 of them done. We're also a third of the way done with this school year already.
We are?
A third of the way, yeah.
Say that.
We only have 18 weeks of ECHO Mondays left. Now, there's a week off for Thanksgiving and like 3 weeks off for
For
Christmas.
Christmas.
But there's 18 more Mondays left.
I feel like school just started.
It did, didn't it? I feel like that too. But I want you guys to keep anticipating because this class is nowhere near over. We are going to learn about accountability and accountability partners next week.
Are you going to give us homework over the summer?
Any summer stuff will be optional because obviously you won't be my students anymore. But over winter, yes. Over the winter break, you will have homework, easy homework. It's homework that's designed to help you have the best winter break possible. Okay? So who else
Better
is
not
working
be
on
on
goals?
Christmas Day.
Who's still working on some SMART goals?
What's that?
Your SMART goals that you
Oh.
designed in
I thought you
lesson
said
5.
something else.
What about our dumb goals?
Dumbo.
That's awesome. And you still have, do you have 2 more that you've created?
I
You're
was
working
trying to
toward?
write
Good. Good.
People look miserable.
Good. Awesome.
Do not point any fingers.
Only 3 or 4 people working on SMART goals?
I'm working on
It's
mine.
taken a little bit of a backseat, but I'm starting to get back on it.
Remember that MVA. It's the teeniest, tiniest action. If you can do something small towards your
I
goals.
finally wrote
Making
one
progress.
NDA, non-disclosure.
Not NDA, MVA, minimum
Oh.
viable action.
Oh, that
That thing.
Yeah.
I thought you said
Pull-ups today.
MBA.
I mean, pull-ups today.
No,
and the
not
weights.
MVA. MVA, the minimum viable action. It's what we talked about in the joy lesson.
Oh.
Making sure that no matter what your big goal is, you know that next little tiny thing that could move you closer.
Then again, that is literally 10%.
You have any goals you're working on right now?
I've been working on
And getting
the
homework done
same goal
before
every
bed.
single day.
Good. I like that goal.
What was his
Working
goal?
on my major rank.
Nice.
I've been working
He
on.
said getting his homework done before the day before class.
Oh.
Goals wise?
Which
Yeah,
is
I have
something
two
we
goals.
struggle with. I'm looking at you, but I'm also looking at me
Or no, I have-
because when did I type this lesson?
What was it called? I have one
Last
goal.
night.
And I work on it at least 4 days.
I did work on it every single day this week. Just no progress was made because it wasn't right. I had things in there that really fit better, like further into February.
I just think it's November already.
You just reduced the friction.
I
It
see-
is November.
I see you
So
in the
that's what I
camera.
did when I sat down last
But
night. I was like, I gotta.
September and like the
I
last
see-
weed this out.
I see you on the
September
camera.
and the first half.